be moments in life when everything feels slow, stuck, or simply out of place. You look around and feel like you're not moving forward, while others seem to pass you by. It can be overwhelming, discouraging, and even painful. But the truth is, you are not behind. You are exactly where you're meant to be. And there is deep wisdom that can guide you back to peace, clarity, and strength. Lesson 1. Your unique journey has no universal timeline. Life doesn't follow one map. There's no official calendar for when things should happen. Everyone walks a different path, shaped by different stories, experiences, and lessons. Just because someone else reached a goal earlier doesn't mean you are late. Their time is not your time, and your time is not theirs. In life, trees don't all bloom in the same season. Some blossom early. Others take time, and when they do, their beauty is just as breathtaking. You may think you're behind because you haven't reached a certain milestone, but those milestones were never meant to define your worth. What matters is the road you're on, the person you're becoming, and the peace you find within that journey. True growth is quiet, slow, and deep. It doesn't rush. The world may move fast, but real progress often happens in silence and stillness. When you stop racing against imaginary clocks, you start to notice the richness of your own pace. You begin to trust that your timing is sacred. You begin to honor your struggles as part of something much bigger. When a seed is planted, it disappears for a while. It breaks open underground. It seems like nothing is happening, but growth is taking place. The same is true for you. Even if the outside looks still, there may be something powerful forming within. Trust that. Your journey is not broken. It's not delayed. It's unfolding exactly as it should. Every step you take, no matter how small, is a step toward the life that is meant for you. You are not behind. You are simply becoming. Lesson 2. Stop comparing your path to others' perceived finish lines. Comparison is a thief. It steals your joy, your peace, and your confidence. When you constantly look to others to measure your own progress, you lose sight of what's real in your life. You might see someone else's success and feel like you're falling short. But what you're looking at is only a surface image, a highlight, not the full story. You don't see their struggles, their doubts, or the time they spent feeling lost. You're comparing your behind the scenes to their final cut. That's not fair to your journey. Every person you meet is carrying their own story, and no story is the same. Some take longer to reach certain points. Others seem to fly, but speed does not equal depth, and achievement does not always equal peace. Some people who appear far ahead may still feel empty inside, while others, who seem slow to rise, are quietly building deep roots of wisdom and strength. Your life isn't meant to be a race against others. It's a walk of understanding. When you stop measuring your progress by someone else's path, you make room to fully see your own. You make room to grow in ways that matter to you. Every soul is shaped by different lessons. Some are taught early, others come later, but all are needed. So let go of the urge to compare. It doesn't help you move forward. It only distracts you. Instead, turn your attention inward. Ask yourself what kind of life you truly want to build. Ask what kind of person you want to become. And let that be your guide, not someone else's finish line. You are not late. You are not less. You are simply moving through a different part of your story. And that story is still sacred, still meaningful, and still full of possibility. Lesson 3. Define your own success, free from external pressures. What does success mean to you? Is it money? Is it fame? Or is it peace of mind, a calm heart, and a life of purpose? Too often, we accept other people's definitions of success without questioning if they truly speak to us. We chase degrees, jobs, or social status because we think that's what we should do. We try to fit into molds made by society, family, or even friends. But in doing so, we forget to ask ourselves, is this what I truly want? When you feel behind in life, it may be because you're chasing a dream that doesn't belong to you. You're measuring your worth with someone else's ruler. But true success cannot be borrowed. It has to be deeply personal. It has to come from within. For some, success may mean raising a kind family. For others, it may be living simply and peacefully. For you, it could be creating something meaningful, helping others, or growing in wisdom. Whatever it is, let it be yours. Let it reflect your values, your hopes, and your truth. Don't let the noise of the world drown out your inner voice. You have a right to design your life based on what brings you real joy, not just approval. The world is full of people who look successful, but feel empty. Don't follow them. Choose a path that fills you with light. A path that gives you peace when you wake up in the morning. When you define success for yourself, you no longer feel behind, because you're no longer running someone else's race. You're walking your own. And that is where real fulfillment begins. Your journey is not measured by how others see you. It is measured by how deeply you live in alignment with your values. So take a breath, listen to your heart, and begin building a life that's true to you. Lesson 4. Small, consistent actions build unstoppable momentum. You don't need to change everything at once. You don't need to have it all figured out. Big change rarely happens overnight. It's the result of small, steady steps taken with care and courage. A single drop of water can't carve stone, but many drops over time can create deep rivers. That's the power of consistency. You may feel like you're not doing enough, but even the smallest effort, repeated each day, has the power to shift your entire life. The key is showing up, even when motivation fades, even when no one is watching, even when progress feels slow. Each time you choose to act, you're planting seeds. These seeds grow into habits, habits grow into character, and character builds your future. You don't need to take giant leaps. Just take one step today, then take another tomorrow. Focus on what you can do in this moment. Can you learn something new today? Can you speak kindly to yourself? Can you show up with patience, gratitude, or discipline? Every small action counts. It's not about perfection. It's about showing up again and again with intention. The path may be long, but each small step moves you forward. And when you look back one day, you'll see how far you've come, not because of sudden breakthroughs, but because of the quiet power of persistence. The journey is not about rushing. It's about remaining present, trusting that progress will come. You may not feel the change right away, but over time, your small efforts will build momentum that's impossible to stop. So start where you are, do what you can, and keep going. That's how lives are transformed, not with noise, but with quiet, steady strength. Lesson 5. Focus on present growth, not past missed opportunities. Regret is a heavy burden. It keeps you looking backward, replaying what could have been, what should have happened, or how things might be different now. But the past cannot be changed. What's done is done. And the more you dwell on missed chances, the more you miss the chances that still exist today. Growth does not happen by clinging to what's lost. It happens by embracing what's possible now. You are not behind because of your past. You are only delayed if you stop here and let it define you. Life is full of moments to begin again. Every sunrise gives you another chance. Each breath is an invitation to move forward. The present is not a punishment, it's a gift. And it holds everything you need to grow from where you are. When you focus too much on what didn't happen, you start to believe that you've ruined your chances. That's never true. Growth doesn't depend on having a perfect past. It depends on making wise choices now. What matters is not whether you've fallen, but whether you choose to rise. Right now is where power lives. This moment is the only place where real change happens. And even the smallest shift in direction can lead to an entirely new destination. Don't wait to feel ready. Don't wait to feel perfect. Use what you have now. Start where you are, with what's in front of you. The present moment is full of potential, full of healing, and full of life. Regret will keep knocking, but you don't have to open the door. You can acknowledge it without letting it stay. You can learn from it and then let it go. Because what matters most is not where you've been, but who you're becoming. And becoming happens now, not yesterday, not tomorrow, but right here, right now. Lesson 6. The behind feeling is often a limiting internal narrative. The idea that you are behind isn't always based on truth. Often, it's a story you tell yourself. A voice in your head that whispers you're not doing enough, that you should be somewhere else by now. But where does that voice come from? It usually grows from fear, comparison, or old beliefs you've absorbed over time. Maybe someone told you that success should look a certain way, or that your worth is tied to how quickly you achieve something. These thoughts become patterns, and these patterns become a story. But just because a story is loud doesn't make it true. The truth is, this behind feeling is not a fact. It's a lens, a distorted one. And like all lenses, it can be changed. You have the power to rewrite the script. You don't have to accept this voice as your guide. Instead, pause and question it. Ask yourself, am I really behind, or am I just believing a story that doesn't serve me anymore? When you begin to question these inner narratives, you create space. Space to breathe, space to redefine what matters, space to see your life more clearly. You start to notice that being behind often means you're simply on a different timeline, one that's still full of purpose and possibility. You may not have checked every box that others expect, but maybe those boxes weren't yours to begin with. Maybe you've been on a path of deeper healing, or learning, or quiet strength. And that is not something to feel behind about. That is something to honor. You don't have to fight your mind. You just have to become more aware of the stories it tells. When you do, you can gently replace judgment with compassion, fear with clarity, and pressure with patience. You're not behind. You're on your way, and your way is still unfolding. Lesson 7. Embrace your current starting point as the perfect one. It's easy to feel overwhelmed when you think about how far you have to go. It's tempting to wish you were already somewhere else, more successful, more confident, more at peace. But true change doesn't begin with wishing. It begins with acceptance. Accepting where you are right now as the perfect starting point. Not because everything is ideal, but because this is where your real journey begins. No matter how lost, stuck, or unsure you feel, this moment still holds power. You are not starting from zero. You're starting from experience, from survival, from everything you've learned and lived through. That's not weakness. That's wisdom. Your path doesn't need to look like anyone else's. You don't need to wait for the right conditions. This is the right condition. This is the right time. The present is always ready when you are. When you fully accept where you are, you stop resisting life. And when resistance fades, clarity appears. You begin to see the small steps you can take. You begin to find strength in what you already have. Acceptance doesn't mean giving up. It means facing the truth with open eyes and open hands. It means saying, "This is where I am, and from here, I will rise." Life has a way of meeting us where we are, not where we pretend to be. So stop wishing for a different starting point. This one is yours. And it's powerful because it's real. You don't need more time. You don't need to be someone else. You just need to start. And the best place to do that is right here, right now. No moment is ever too late. No beginning is ever too small. So breathe deeply, stand gently, and take the next step, not because you're behind, but because you're ready. Lesson 8. Reframe setbacks as valuable lessons, not failures. Life doesn't always go as planned. We fall. we lose. We fail. And when that happens, it's easy to think we've messed up too badly to catch up. But failure is not the end. It's part of the journey. What we call setbacks are often turning points in disguise. Moments that slow us down just enough so we can see more clearly. Every mistake holds a message. Every loss teaches us something we couldn't have learned otherwise. When you shift your view of setbacks, you start to grow stronger, not in spite of your struggles, but because of them. You learn that pain can teach. That difficulty can reveal hidden strength. That falling down doesn't mean you're broken. It means you're human. The world may define failure as an ending, but real wisdom sees it as a teacher. When you're willing to learn, no experience is wasted. You may not have chosen the struggle, but you can choose how you respond. And in that choice lies your power. Instead of asking, "Why did this happen to me?" ask, "What can this teach me?" That one shift in perspective can change your life. It can turn regret into wisdom, fear into courage, and shame into understanding. You don't have to carry your failures as heavy burdens. You can carry them as tools that shape your character and deepen your awareness. Growth rarely comes without discomfort, but it always leaves something behind: resilience, insight, and grace. So don't fear the fall. Learn to rise with new eyes. Let every setback strengthen your step. Let every wound remind you of your healing power. The past cannot be changed, but it can be redeemed. And every time you choose to learn, you take back your power. You move forward, not in a straight line, but in a deeper one. The path of those who learn is never wasted. Lesson 9. Your worth is inherent, not tied to any achievement list. You are not valuable because of what you achieve. You are valuable because of who you are right now, in this moment. So many people tie their self-worth to a list of accomplishments. A degree, a job title, a relationship, a certain income. And when those things are missing or delayed, they begin to believe that they're not enough. But this belief is false. You are not a project to be completed. You are not a number to be measured. You are a living being, full of unseen depth, beauty, and strength. Even if you never reached another milestone, your life would still matter. Your breath would still carry meaning. Your presence would still touch others. You are not born to prove anything. You were born to live, to grow, to be. When you constantly chase validation through achievements, you put your peace in someone else's hands. But when you accept that your worth is unshakable, no matter what, you find freedom. Freedom from pressure. Freedom from fear. Freedom to walk your path with confidence, even if it looks different from everyone else's. You are not behind because you haven't done enough. You are behind only if you forget who you are. And who you are is already whole, already enough, already deserving of love, rest, and joy. The world will always create new checklists, but your spirit is not made of boxes to tick. It's made of light, of love, of presence. You don't need permission to feel proud of who you are. You don't need to earn your right to be at peace. You just need to remember it. Let go of the belief that your value is something to be won. It is something to be known, accepted, and honored. The more you live from this truth, the less you'll fear falling behind. Because you'll realize deeply that nothing can ever take away your worth. Not time, not failure, not delay. You are always enough, and you always will be. Lesson 10. The power to change your trajectory begins right now. You might feel like too much time has passed, that it's too late to start again, that you've missed your moment. But that belief is just another illusion. Because right now, in this very second, you hold something powerful. Choice. The power to change direction. The power to begin again. The power to decide that your past will not define your future. Every moment holds this possibility. Every moment offers a doorway to something new. You don't need to wait for a new year, a new opportunity, or a perfect plan. You can shift your life with one small decision followed by one small action. That's how change begins. Not with noise, but with intention. You don't have to know the full path. Just the first step, and then take it. Maybe it's reaching out for support. Maybe it's choosing a healthier habit. Maybe it's forgiving yourself for something that happened long ago. Whatever it is, let it be your turning point. The moment where you say, I'm not waiting anymore. I'm beginning now. Life is not just about reaching some final goal. It's about becoming, evolving, awakening. Each step you take today writes a new page in your story. You are not stuck, even if it feels that way. You are not behind, even if your mind says so. You are simply in the middle of transformation. The power to shift is always within you, not somewhere far away, but right here, in your awareness, in your breath, in your choice. The road ahead doesn't need to be perfect. It just needs to be honest, real, grounded in what you truly want, not what others expect. So breathe in deeply, let go of what holds you back, and take one step forward. The path will appear as you walk it. And with each step, you'll begin to see not just where you're going, but who you truly are. Capable, worthy, and always able to begin again. You are not late. You are not lost. You are unfolding. Just as you should. Let go of the timelines. Release the pressure. Trust your path. And most of all, trust yourself. Because no matter where you are in life, your next chapter is waiting with open arms.